Hey, Road Trippin' fans, Homage t-shirts are as ferocious as the dunks or bangouts Richard and Channing throw down from time to time, and their softness can't even be matched. Homage has been turning back the clock with throwback tees for years. From the NBA to the Ultimate Warrior, you know, the tee LeBron wore on the plane after leading the Cavs to its first title the city had seen in over 50 years. Well, Homage tells the stories of triumph, individualism, and hustle, preserving the old school and creating new legacies. Go to homage.com, that's HOMAGE, and pay homage with your favorite tee. Be sure to check out the NBA Jam tees and one exclusively made for me and you. And because who doesn't love themselves a nice healthy discount, from now, get this, until the end of August, our exclusive Road Trippin' NBA Jam tee is 25% off if you use promo code ROADTRIPPIN upon checkout. That's Road Trippin', not case sensitive, for 25% off. Hey, we're road tripping at Homage.com.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, Angel Stadium. Post six-man, Geeter. Post six-man. We had a big six-man match that we'll talk about, but we are honored here. First professional athlete that we had that is a fan of the podcast, Keynan Middleton. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, don't get shy. We're going to need you to speak into the mic. We need you to speak up. Alex is actually the one that told me about it. And tell me a little bit about the story.
So it was actually pretty incredible. So Keynan and I are carpool buddies.
Yeah.
Show us up.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
we're
Yeah.
carpool
Is that
buddies.
your little handshake?
Oh, yeah.
Got a handshake.
We've done 2 ride-alongs already. Yeah. So I picked him up, and we were driving to the stadium, and he was telling us a story about how he was a basketball player. I'll let him explain that later. And then it was right before the championship, so it's like, who's going to win? And I think you actually predicted the exact outcome.
That doesn't make me feel good.
It's okay.
It's rude for us, but it's cool.
It's all right.
It's cool.
And I said, I'm kind of torn, like, obviously, because like I'm a fan of Curry because he's my cousin, because we have the same last name.
Yeah.
I was like, but we're not really. But I was like, but my buddy's on the Cavs, Richard Jefferson. So like, I gotta root for him. And he's like, oh my God, I love his podcast. Yeah. I listened to Road Trip, and I was like, what? We're having you on. And then I told you reached out, Twitter, here we are.
Oh, yeah. No, Twitter, as soon as Twitter jumped on, I was like, oh, let's get this done.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of fans, so it was really exciting for you to
I
know
was
that
really
there was someone
excited.
like baseball doesn't know Richard Jefferson. It was exciting for you,
to
right?
know that there was another athlete that thought it was okay. It's like, love road tripping, man.
I
so,
love
Matt, you love it, man?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we crack a lot of jokes. We have a little bit of fun.
Yeah. My favorite was with Bill Walton. That was probably my favorite one.
Yo, he was the only one that talked.
He's a legend.
He's a
love him.
legend.
Yeah, by the way, he talked the most of any guest in
He
history.
really did.
All of ever.
Of the
And,
show.
and I'll tell you this. So Bill is like a dad to me, right?
Yeah.
Me and Luke have been best friends since we were 17. So he was doing our game. Him and Dick Vitale were doing our game, and I just started the podcast. I think we might have done like 3 episodes. So I went up to him and I was like, hey, Bill, what do you say? Like, I just started this podcast. Would you come on? Richard, whatever it is that you need, just let me know. So we start scrambling, right? Rafa, our radio guy, Allie, I'm telling her, I was like, yo, Bill is willing to do the podcast. So let's set up in like the locker room on the side afterwards. And then, so we're all scrambling post-game. And Bill sat down and just didn't stop. It was amazing. He was awesome. It was really special to have Big Bill on.
Heck
So.
yeah.
Like, you don't need a list of questions when you're going in with Big Bill,
No.
because he's just going to go.
Was that your first time really hearing Big Bill just kind of go off?
Yeah, I asked Luke about him. We went during spring training. I went to the Suns Lakers game. I got to meet Luke.
Okay.
And I was like, "You talk to your dad after like tough losses like this?" And he was like, "Oh no, he has too much to say."
Too much to say. Yeah, that's Bill. Bill is the voice.
Real quick, because I want to get to him, but Luke had a great quote recently when he was asked about LeVar Ball, Lonzo's father, and if it would be a distraction. And Luke just looked at the guy and laughed and said, do you know who my dad is?
That is so true. I
That's
never
hilarious.
thought about that. That is a very, very good point.
It's a great line by Luke.
Because there was a lot of guys that wanted to murder Luke when he got into the league. Even guys that were on team, like Karl
Why?
Malone. Because Bill would always talk trash about everyone. So as soon as Luke got there, he had Kobe, Gary Payton, Shaq, and Karl Malone.
They did a bit. They did a lot. They were bidding on who would get him for their rookie. And Malone paid like what was it, 25
I don't know what it was. It was
and won.
And won.
And then ended up loving him.
And then literally, 2 weeks later, they're like, I can't be mean to this guy. He's too nice. He's not his dad. He's not his dad.
That's funny.
Come on, man. So you're a basketball player. I got to hear this story. I know Alex has told the story, but I need to hear it from you. Like you were a basketball player, and then the coach asked you to come out and throw a little bit. How'd that go?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was shocking, really. I was a basketball player in high school, and I got the opportunity to go play in college, so I went and played my college season. The baseball season had already started like 2-3 weeks in, so I went out. I was supposed to play third base. I threw a bullpen once. A couple of scouts came. And next time I threw a bullpen, more scouts came. And then they were like, you're just going to be a pitcher. So then I just became a pitcher.
What school was this?
Lane Community College. It's right next to the University of Oregon.
Did you play Little League growing up?
Yeah, I did. But I didn't care about baseball. Like, I played AAU, so I'd miss every weekend tournament for my basketball tournament. So, I mean, I got out there. And when I played my last college basketball game my freshman year that year, I never thought that it was going to be my last. I was like, all right, let's go get this baseball stuff done and come back out here next year and run the team. And 3 months later, I wasn't playing basketball again. It was crazy.
No, it's about the hustle, which I respect. It's about the hustle. It's like, I don't care what it is that you want me to do or you think we're going to do. Like, I'm going to do something.
Exactly.
Right? And no, that's awesome, man. That's kind of a crazy story. I don't have that. I was 6'7" when I was 15, and so I just kind of locked in on basketball, and I stayed there. So it's such a cool story to me because you're a professional, but you're learning it from a different side. Like in basketball, you were probably so passionate. You could tell everybody's lineup. You know this. You're playing NBA Live. All of a sudden, they're like, no, you're a baseball player. This is how it goes.
Exactly.
Like, did it take a while to kind of figure everything out?
Oh, yeah. We were just talking in the bullpen the other day, and it's just like I coach at my old high school. I coached the JV team at my old high school during the offseason. And I'm like, I don't even understand the game of baseball like I see the game of basketball. Like, it's unreal.
Yeah, no, we played volleyball this weekend, and I'm really kind of a goof out there, but I'm tall and athletic, so all of a sudden it makes it work. You're probably the same way. You got some strength. You're a man. You get out there, you just start throwing gas.
Exactly.
Like, did it surprise everyone, like your family members, like your friends? You're like, hey, I'm a baseball player, guys.
No, I was good at baseball. Like,
okay.
I was good when I was growing up. I just didn't care about it. And like my freshman year, my parents had to get me my basketball shoes for me. It was like these sick China version of these Hyper Dunks or something like that. They had to get me those so I'd go out and play baseball. So it's like I just didn't care about baseball. Yeah, exactly. I was bribed. Yeah.
How much did you have to learn about being a relief pitcher and pitching at this kind of level?
I had to learn quick because I was a starter until last year, and they threw me in the bullpen. And I jumped from single A to triple A, and then went to big league camp this year, and then came up in May.
Crazy.
It's literally
like,
crazy.
I'm not like Angels in the outfield. You know, there's now you're playing for the Angels. There's definitely
He's watching Bull Durham.
Yeah, Bull Durham. There's like I'm trying to watch Major League. I'm just trying to figure out as much as you can about baseball because honestly, I'm the same way. I would have been about any hustle, and I respect the fact that you're like, this basketball stuff, but let me go play a little baseball.
Exactly.
But Kenny Lofton was the same way. So Kenny Lofton, all the Indian guys, our Cleveland people will remember him, but he was an Arizona basketball player. Yeah. He went to the Final Four with Steve Kerr, Sean Elliott. He was a great, but he was a speedster. Yeah. So he went out there and played at Arizona. He played 1 year. And he was one of the fastest guys on the team.
I bet.
Crushes it, and next thing you know, he is now an Indians legend. But he was a basketball player the entire time.
That's
never
sick.
Played baseball.
I didn't know
never
that.
never did. I didn't know that.
Idea.
All I knew is that Kenny Lofton played basketball at Arizona, and so when the Indians were studs in the '90s, and he was on those epic teams. I was just like, oh, maybe he played basketball and baseball. You know, he's like Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders. And then I found out later, it's like, no. He didn't play baseball at all till his last year. I think it might have been his fifth year he played. So he played 4 years of basketball, and then his extra year he went out and played. And then same thing, just like you, very very quick up the ranks and just so. What are your goals now, man? Now that you're a baseball player, like, do you have goals? Like, is it just what's going on with it?
Probably stay in the major leagues.
Yeah, exactly. That's my first goal, is just to stay up here, and then by the end of it, I just want to be the closers for this team. I love it here, so I want to stay in California and Anaheim, and hopefully end up being the closer for this team.
You know, I've worked for so many organizations, and Alice can attest to this, though. But I did from my time at Fox, we covered the Angels the same year. And
2012.
Yeah, it was before the Lakers started the new network, and I eventually went over with them. But there was no better organization to work around than the people, the fans, the players. It's a really great
family,
it's a great
family
place
environment.
to be.
It really is.
And for you to be able to start here.
Yeah, that's
we'd
my
love to
favorite
be
part
here.
about it. It's like we're supposed to interact with the fans. Like it's encouraged. Like some other places, like you're not really supposed to, from what I've heard. And I've never been there, just from what I heard. But here, it's just like it's encouraged, and then the people love you back just as much as you love them. So,
what do you have to learn to be a closer? Is it a mentality more than?
Yeah, I mean,
More than your stuff.
Well,
Exactly.
and he can throw 100 miles per hour.
Which by the
So,
way,
I don't know.
when you're blessed with that, that obviously is a big part of
I mean,
it.
you have to learn how to forget stuff quickly. I mean, like you could mess up the game one night, but you just got to forget it when you leave the locker room and come back the next night, and you might be facing the same guy you just gave up a walk-off home run to, but you got to get him out now. It's not about what happened yesterday.
Oh wow,
Short memory.
That's
Yeah.
short memory. Short memories. That's impressive.
That's
I
the
don't
crazy
I don't
part
have that
about
memory.
baseball. It's every single day, and you're playing series. So you're
Yeah.
playing this team anywhere from like 2 to 4 times
Exactly.
in a row, back-to-back days.
And you know what,
It's
RJ?
nuts.
Say you go out and miss. Say you're 0 for 8. You're in a shooting rut.
Yeah.
You can go shoot that night. You can go in the morning. You can go to shoot around. But when you're a closer, it's not like
Yeah.
you're going home and like, all right, honey, stand there on this. You know what I mean? Like you got, like you said, you're up there the next day.
Yeah, we got
and
limited
you're in a
bullets.
game situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
no,
limited bullets. We can't just sit there and throw all day. That's a really hard part about it too.
You can't just practice. and
Yeah, I
train
can't
and-
just sit there and throw all day and not have any bullets for the game. That's probably one of the roughest part about it.
God, and you're so new at this. A lot of these guys have been pitching their entire lives since they were
Exactly.
little kids, and then now all of a sudden they're like, okay, but we got you on a pitch count. You can only practice it so many
Exactly.
times. Like, yeah, no, that's tough. To just learning the differences between the sports. Like, how has the travel been this year? And I know this is your first year, you're a rookie. But has the travel been kind of mind-blowing how much it's every single day?
That's what everybody says, but it's actually like 10 times better because when we're traveling in the minor leagues, we're traveling everywhere on a bus. That's terrible. Like,
Oh, yeah. No,
Now we're getting on.
let
Now
me-
we're getting on planes.
He's at the Four Seasons, bro.
Well, yeah. No, I'm not talking.
Private charter.
I'm not talking about the minor leagues.
Yeah,
We're in the big
yeah,
leagues
I
now,
got
big
you.
fella.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just your schedule. Like, just because we like in basketball, we're starting 2 weeks earlier so
Yeah.
that we don't have as many back-to-backs, so that we have more time in between games, so
Yeah.
there's less resting of guys. Like, you guys play over 100 games a year.
162.
Over 100, over 162 games. That's
Yeah.
absurd.
It's insane.
That's not counting spring training, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
A
is another-
month of spring training games.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
And then
So, but that's what I'm
postseason,
saying.
too.
Like, is that something that for you is still?
Yeah, I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
just getting to travel and go everywhere as a rookie, I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I just love being here. I mean, we'll see how I feel a couple years down the road. But probably want to just stay at home.
Don't
a little
ever
bit
lose
more.
that. Don't ever lose that love.
Yeah.
And you know what's interesting? You mentioned traveling by bus in the minor league. One thing I noticed traveling both basketball and baseball, RJ, with hoops, you literally can be on one of your 10 to 12-day road trips. You'll forget what city you're in. I remember waking up saying, where am I? And someone's like, Milwaukee, because you're never unpacking. But in baseball, you're in the city for 3 games,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Sometimes 4. So you actually get to unpack
Exactly.
and kind of have a home for a few days before you go to
So
the next
unfair.
city. It's different.
So unfair.
Am I right?
So
Like,
unfair.
that's the one thing about hoops. Literally, you'll be in the middle of your big trip. You'll forget what city you're in.
You'll go Monday LA, Tuesday Phoenix, have a day off, stay the night in Phoenix, then fly to Salt Lake, play Salt Lake on Thursday, play Denver on Friday, and then fly back home.
Or OKC on Sunday. Then they fly home. It's always
After
weird.
fly home.
There's always
but
one.
But that's why they're starting the season 2 weeks earlier, so that they can have a few more days to work with, and so that there's actual gap, because that was brutal.
Yeah, I bet.
That's
Do you think he's looking at you going,
Wait,
you
yeah,
big pussy?
every day.
No, I swear.
Every day.
You got to
no.
start the season early.
Well, no, I'm fine with it. Like, I also came from the era where we didn't rest. You only rested when your season was over or when you had already clinched for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The resting in the middle of the season is only in the last 7 or 8 years. It's only in that short amount of time.
Yeah.
But prior to that, in 2001, J Kidd wasn't resting. Like, maybe in the last 2 or 3 games, if that was it. But you weren't resting him in the middle of the season. No one rested. So I'm still a part of that quote unquote group that
What do you
just played
think
through.
about that? Because that was a big topic of conversation this last season, was LeBron resting.
Well, I think when you look at LeBron has played more career minutes
Yeah.
than Michael Jordan already has. right? And we understand what Michael Jordan does for the game of basketball and did for the damn game of basketball and still does. LeBron is so important to the game of basketball. If you want to avoid him resting, then you might want to move the season up 2 weeks. Right?
Okay.
Let's put that in real. Because LeBron's the only person that they really... I'm not saying that they don't care about KD and Steph and this and that, but LeBron was the one
king.
He was the
He's
one that
legit
everyone got pissed off when he was not playing in cities and resting and stuff. So, again, it's a larger picture, but yeah, I think we're going to move the season up so we have less of that happen.
And for baseball, it's 162 games. You have everyday players. I mean, sometimes you got guys go 10, 11 straight days. I mean, you have to get a day of rest in there, right?
I mean, people still got upset. Like when the Nationals came here,
Oh,
they
yeah.
gave Bryce Harper a day
Harper.
off, and everybody's upset because they want to see Trout
Trout,
against Harper. And I mean, like it's a game though. Like everybody needs rest. I'm like, I get plenty of days of rest, so I'm just sitting up there with my feet kicked up, and I only have to go pitch one inning every day. So I don't really have a say in any of that because I get to rest all the time.
What about the culture of the bullpen? That's a life in itself.
Oh,
You
yeah.
see during rain delays, as the other day they were showing,
Exactly,
where two bullpens go at it. You're doing the bowling pins. You're doing all kinds of the marlin fishing. I mean,
Yeah.
how much fun is it in a bullpen? How much shit talking goes
Oh
on?
man, it's unreal. I can't say most of the stuff.
Yes,
that
you
we
can.
do.
You can say whatever you want on this. You can
I
say
mean, we do all kinds-
they won't air it, but we get to
So
talk about it.
they do all kinds of stuff. Like my first week here, I was messing with Bud Norris in the clubhouse, and he gave me this look, and I was like, "Oh, I'm in trouble now." And he came. He's our closer, so he comes down like the fourth inning. He's like, "Good luck trying to find your clothes, Rook." And I was like, "Oh shit!" So I came.
It's like in Ballers. It's like in Ballers where they mess with the new guys.
Exactly.
So I saw a thing. I think it was, I forgot who it was, but one of the Sports Center guys was so mad about the baseball tradition of like when you hit your first home run, no one comes and like high fives you.
Oh, you give him you ice him.
Wait, who was the best? G-Man Choi. Oh,
They ice
my
him. Like,
goodness.
everyone just
he
doesn't
literally
ignore
went
you.
down and did like fake high fives to
By the
everyone.
way, Alex,
down
do you
the
remember when
dugout.
they did it to Pujols his first year here? Because it took a while
Until May.
for him to get
Took
going,
till
and everyone was
May.
kind of panicking.
You don't
He
ice
hit his first one.
Pujols.
By the way, he has
You can't do
a
that.
lot of home runs in his career. When
Yeah,
he joins
he's got a lot when he
Yeah,
He
yeah.
hasn't hit one for like a month.
Yeah.
And he comes back and everyone's
Icing
scattered.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in like the. Remember they dip down
They
into
go
the.
down,
They
like,
go
down
down to the
below.
tunnel.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was unbelievable.
It's
So,
hilarious.
it's a great tradition, I think.
So I saw that, and I heard, I can't remember on Sports Center, and he was like, I just hate this. I think this is one of the worst like traditions in any sport. Like, when a guy hits his first home run, and you're sitting here like, don't hate on something that you have no part of.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
like,
why
We have
you
no
don't
sense of
like it,
humor.
because you don't
that's,
understand
That's
it.
our baseball fun. Like,
yeah, that
stuff like
baseball
that.
humor
Exactly.
is funny. Tell me something else. Tell me something else that they've done to you or that you've seen that you didn't know.
I kind of snapped back at one of the veterans when we were in Houston, and so he told everybody just to ice me. And so I had to. Everybody else sat on this huge bench over here to the left, and I just sat in this chair by myself. The whole 4-game series just sat.
The
in this
whole
chair.
4-game
The
series?
whole series sat there by myself in the bullpen part. Like they're all sitting over there, the coaches, everybody.
Dude, baseball's
I was
no
just
joke.
sitting there.
That's
That
mean.
shit's
I
serious.
swear, I
That's
swear.
mean.
Yeah, there's some more.
Did you
funny
learn your
stuff
lesson?
that we do. Oh yeah. We're good. We're boys now. He took me to the Kendrick concert last night. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it was-
awesome.
yeah,
You got to
exactly.
take care of. If you're going to mess with your young guys, you got to take care of them.
Oh, yeah.
Kent Bazemore, who's been on the podcast, he was my guy. To this day, I was in his wedding. But when he first came in, we filled his entire car up with popcorn, and it was my car. So I gave him a car to drive.
No.
I gave him an Audi because I just bought a Raptor truck.
Yeah.
And I gave
Everyone
him.
has a Raptors.
I love it. It was my baby.
has a
So
Raptors.
I just bought it, so I wasn't driving his car. He was very similar to like a young guy like yourself, where he was undrafted. I'm sorry, he was undrafted, but he just hadn't really gotten his NBA legs yet. He still had to make the team in January because that's like a cut date. So he wasn't going to buy a car. He wasn't going to do
exactly,
anything. I was like, dude, here's this car. You can drive it. So he started misbehaving a little bit. We would play one-on-ones, and he started talking a little bit too much trash to me. So we just decided to popcorn his car. We filled it all up. It was a hot day in Oakland too.
You
Filled
can look
all
it up, by the way, out there.
They were
It
about
is
to do that to
truly
Nick
amazing.
Franklin the other day.
Oh,
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah, I was like, I'm hiding my keys every day. You guys do this shit to me.
Oh,
I'm
they'll
gonna
get
do
him.
this.
They'll find your keys.
No, he's actually not here anymore. R.I.P. He's
Oh,
in
okay.
Salt Lake, so
Okay.
he's safe for now.
He's safe for now.
But I keep my keys hidden in my locker ever since I heard that.
Oh, they'll find your keys. Don't say that. You're setting
Yeah.
yourself
Don't
up.
call AAA.
You're-
Now everyone's
you're-
gonna go.
All right, make sure we cut this out.
No, you're literally daring them to find your keys.
Oh yeah.
No, so go ahead, Alex.
No, I was going to say, but like Keynan's almost had like an opposite experience with this because he's had Jesse Chavez really like take him under his wing. He was living at his house with Jesse and his family. Jesse was giving him a ride to the ballpark every single day, which is how like our whole carpool thing happened because I was doing a ride along with Jesse Chavez. He's like, oh, do you mind like Keynan stay at my house? Can like he come with us? I was like, yeah. Is he just going to kick it in the backseat? He's like, yeah, no, I give him a ride every day.
It was the most awkward ride. Like they're in the front. They're in the front talking back and forth to each other, and then she's like, "What about you, Keynan? You like shoes?" And I was like, "Yeah." Poke my head back in.
No, we got. I need to get video of that. But I want to hear some more about this baseball stuff because man, I've been doing this damn sport for so long. It's just hard
How old are
to. I'm 37 years old, and one of our favorite things that we do, and you can find video of it, is whenever you have rookies on a team, right? So preseason games, we all run out and we tell the rookies to lead us. Hey, come on, guys, lead us out. Lead us out, guys. Lead us out. So we all run out. And again, you play, I don't even know how many preseason games we play anymore because it's changing.
Six now.
So everyone runs out together. Rookies lead us out. But on opening night, you do it. And you're like, all right, rookies, come on, lead us out. Now, they don't even think anything because we ran out. So we take 2 steps and we stop, and just the rookies all run out. They're like the Cleveland Cavaliers. Guy gets out to center court. He turns around. He's the only one out there. He's the only one out there.
That is
and we sit in the back and we all giggle and we laugh. And that is a tradition in basketball. Yeah. If you are a rookie, there's the bags, there's the, you got to do this. Bags, you might have to go do something in the middle of the night. And it to me, your success early on in this league is how well you handle those things. It doesn't matter if you're the number 1 pick, if you're undrafted. If you show guys that, look, it's not that a level of respect. It's I care about the sport and the tradition, and I'm humble, and I don't care how great I'm going to be. I'm going to do the little things that everyone has had to do along the way.
And RJ, to piggyback that, because I want to get your thoughts, you hit it on the head exactly. How you handle that helps you throughout your career, but also it's those kind of traditions that help build a team.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where when someone says, I hate that tradition, and you said, they just don't get it. Those kind of things, you sitting alone for 4 days, that actually brings you guys together.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's what I think is important.
It really is.
You got to mess with each other. There's nothing else to do.
The whole time, I'm just in because every time we score runs, we do like a synchronized clap.
Yeah.
And like the whole time, they're sitting over there clapping. I'm making sure I'm clapping super loud just so they can hear me and stuff.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Oh, man. That's awesome, man. And one of the things that we wanted to do on this podcast is get different athletes, different sports. Because when we first started in January, as you know, being a fan, is that we got all the basketball guys. I just did my teammates because that's what we do. We would sit here and have these conversations about random stuff, about whatever. And I was like, yo, we should just put this out there. We should record this and crack jokes and put this out there. And obviously, it's starting to spill over. Did you see CC Sabathia does his own?
Really?
He has his own podcast.
I didn't see that.
It's okay. No one listens to it.
Just like Draymond's. No one listens to
Draymond. No one listens to Draymond.
I don't listen to Draymond.
Yeah, no, I'm starting podcast wars with other athletes and other sports. So I don't care. CC, if you guys haven't checked out his podcast, which apparently no one has, it's CC2. It's C2R2. They're big. Him and Ryan Rucco are
Star Wars.
Are Star Wars guys. So yeah, go check them out. They have 3 out right now. It'll be quick, easy listening.
You know what argument I get with people? You know what I get in an argument with people who don't understand one of your traditions? The raging and partying in the clubhouse after wins. Because if you make the playoffs in baseball, you rage. If you win a series, you rage. And everyone's like, I don't get it. That's because you're not a part of it. When you go through spring training, and then you go through a baseball season, and you get to the postseason, you rage.
Oh, yeah.
And when you win a series, you rage.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you get to the World Series, all that. So, like, we used to the Manhattan 6-man. By the way, we raged after every match.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you don't understand that, then that's on you. I argue all the time with friends and people at work that just don't get that. Why is it important in baseball?
I mean, because, like, usually today I got here a little late. I went to the concert last night, but usually I get here around noon, and I won't end up leaving until around 11. And so I'm around these dudes more than I'm around my family at any time during the season. So, I mean, they pretty much are your family during the season, and that's why we're so close. That's why we like to turn up and do stuff like that.
Yeah, because that's your opportunity.
Exactly.
Yeah, Trouty got on you for being a little late.
Exactly, yeah. He's like, they're in there waiting for you right now. I was like, it's your birthday. I get that. But well, calm down, shit.
Yeah, on your birthday, you can do whatever you want, man.
Exactly. Especially for him.
Yeah, we get jealous. Basketball players are jealous of that. Like, we legitimately are jealous. Like, every round they get to rage, every round they get to party. And I'll tell you this, something that people might not know, if you've noticed in basketball the last few years, there has been some water parties. Okay. Right? No. Have you know? Yeah, the water parties where we just all start throwing water or something like that.
Because you want to be like a baseball player and you want the champagne.
I kid you not. We wish that after every round, like I've been to the finals 4 times. Yeah. Do you know how many parties that is?
Yeah.
Right? Like we go and throw parties afterwards, or we might all get together.
No one gets to see that.
No one gets to see that. But I'm just saying, like, we love the fact because it's true. Yeah. This shit is hard.
It is.
It's not. People want to take it for granted. It's like, oh well, baseball players, and we're jealous of it. We don't say that. Oh, we don't get it. Mm-hmm. We're just like, God, wouldn't that be nice to just smoke somebody in the first round and rage in the locker room in their building? That would be amazing. Like, but we also respect the fact that it's a baseball tradition.
Yeah.
We also respect the fact that that is something that is unique and special in their sport. But I will say, we did it in Golden State. We did it. We've done it in Cleveland the last 2 years when we've won. Champagne is only for championships.
Yes,
baseball.
That's tradition.
That is it. But we'll throw water. We'll grab water buckets and throw it. So when we won the Eastern Conference the last 2 years, we basically had water fights. Yeah. We're pouring water because there's guys like Kyle Korver, Darren Williams, guys that have never been in the NBA Finals, played for 13, 14, 15 years. Point. So you still, it's like, yo, getting here is an accomplishment.
Exactly.
Being one of the last 2 teams is an accomplishment. So we've started water fights, and I just want to put it out there so everybody knows the water fights have started because we are jealous of baseball and that these guys get to rage. We respect that champagne on our side is only for championships, but water fights can be for every round.
I mean, it's also unfair that you guys are doing your post-game interviews like on a basketball court. She almost gets hit with water every single night that we win because it doesn't matter. Like
body armor. We get hit with the body armor.
Yeah.
We had a walk-off.
Kobe likes some body armor.
We had a walk-off on the air where they just threw the ball to right field, and whoever struck out looking and the ball got thrown to right field, he got water dumped on him just for fun. Like it's like we do stuff just for no reason sometimes.
Because you have to.
Exactly.
You have to.
You're here. You'll lose your sanity.
Exactly.
It's
if you sit here and you're just straight professional, just the whole time, just we got to win a baseball game, we got to go home, you'll lose your shit.
Exactly.
I'll tell you a story, and I might have told you this before, RJ, but like you guys have now been to the finals 3 years in a row, Golden State too. It gets to the point where people
twice,
expect you. But the franchise, people just start to expect it. When I was covering the Lakers 2010 on the sideline, they won Game 6 in Phoenix to go to the finals. It was their 3rd straight year going to the finals. And they did their Western Conference trophy presentation in like a side gym in Phoenix. And by the way, so like the guys were like, yeah, yay. They left. The trophy was still sitting. I'm like, are they going to take that shit home or should I grab it? I still don't know.
I grab it?
I still don't know if the 2010 Western Conference trophy is not still in Phoenix. They didn't even care.
No, and I get it.
Different traditions.
I get it that you don't, like, when you have, we have bigger things. We have bigger things in mind. We want to win the championship. But this moment is not guaranteed. You don't know if this moment is going to come again. Mm-hmm. At least embrace it. Now, don't rage like you just won.
Yeah.
But go have a good time. Exactly. Go celebrate. Yeah. Go. Tell your family you love them. It's like the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's like the minute you make it to the Super Bowl, it becomes
huge.
You've made it. Like you've accomplished. Now you want to win it, but I promise you, the enjoyment of going to the Super Bowl is. Okay, winning the Super Bowl, the next best thing is getting to the Super Bowl. Like, that's the next best thing because you could say you played in the Super Bowl, the most watched probably sporting event in, like in America and all around the world. Just to say you played in it is the accomplishment. So enjoy that accomplishment. So
show them that ring.
Oh, the ring?
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
You mean the massive thing on your hand?
So Alex told me to bring my ring, and she's like, "Hey," and I was like, "Alex, I've been waiting for an opportunity to bring this." So I'm gonna show it to you.
That thing is enormous. Keynan, put that thing on.
Oh my word!
Dude, go ahead.
Oh my!
It's the inspiration, brother.
Oh my goodness!
You want one of those, don't you?
Here.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah, get a couple of them, dude.
Yes.
Don't stop at one. It took me a long time.
Yes.
Show it off.
It took
get a couple of them.
Yeah, get a couple of them. Look
at
that.
This is.
Oof. Yeah.
What teams did you love growing up? Were you a Blazers fan?
No, I've never had a favorite team. I'm just a huge Kevin Garnett fan.
Oh, you're a Garnett fan.
I love how crazy he is. I love that about him.
So hoops was your first love in terms of professional sports too.
Still my favorite player of all time is was it Anthony Peeler? was it Anthony Peeler?
Is your favorite player of all time?
Yeah.
No one's ever said that.
No one's ever said that. That's why he's my
I think
favorite
my
guy.
second favorite I would have to choose is Theo Ratliff. And
Theo.
when he was with the Blazers, I used to go watch him block shots and stuff. And like when he played, I was like, okay.
He was a star.
Tells you a lot
Yeah,
about
exactly,
he likes
yeah.
Theo Ratliff.
Theo Ratliff.
Like that.
Exactly,
Tell me about Theo Ratliff.
You could be a closer. You got that
Yeah.
mentality.
You got
that
What did Peeler
mentality.
do? Did Peeler fight KG? I forget. We got to get reminded
I
of this.
think we might have.
Yeah.
I think he might have.
We'll have to look it up.
I think he might have thrown an elbow into his. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But if it was him, then he's my favorite.
What
player.
about football? were you an NFL guy?
Not really.
Yeah.
No. I just
You're
really
a basketball
like,
guy.
Just
Exactly, yeah.
This is great.
This is
love
great.
that.
That's all we watch. Come on, man. Okay, so
Exactly.
you have us here. You have the road tripping crew. You have us here, man. You're a fan. You can ask us whatever you want.
Where's Channing? Is what will be. His
Yeah,
first
where's
question.
Channing?
That's all anyone ever asks.
Channing's in Portland.
Really?
Yeah, he lives in Portland all during the off season. So he's
I
up
did
there.
not know that. In Lake Oswego. Huh?
Yeah. He's
That's
up-
right across the river from me. I live
Okay.
in Milwaukee.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where that is.
I don't
Yeah,
either.
it's right
not-
across the river. From me.
And you grew up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah,
where I grew
He's
up
right
at.
there. His wife is from there.
Okay.
So that's where he goes off season. So we've been trying to get him down, but Channing's up there having a good time, doing big things, getting ready for this upcoming
you.
season. So he's going to join us once the season starts. But yeah, man, what basketball stuff do you want to know?
LeBron.
Yeah. How is he?
How is he? He's
Yeah.
awesome. He's all time, man. He is what you want from your star, your stud. He's a camaraderie guy. He's the hardest worker on our team, hardest worker I've been around. Wants everybody to succeed, and is competitive to a fault. Smartest guy most of the time in the building. He's definitely one of those guys that he keeps you on your toes. And the coaches, everyone on their toes, because he just has such a high IQ that he is not ashamed to tell you about it.
Okay.
And we always crack jokes and give him shit about it. But
So he's like really like
Yeah.
smart,
oh, he's
smart.
smart.
Book smart.
Oh, he's. You know what's so funny is he talks about it too. Just when he was going through his childhood, some of the ups and downs about how he wasn't going to school, wasn't doing any of that stuff, and he kind of started self-disciplining himself. He's like, "Yo, I got to go to school. I can't be driving around cars at like 13 years old and
Yeah.
not going to school and doing that
Exactly.
stuff." And he's what you want from your star and your stud, man. I want to say at the end of my career, and we kind of came in a few years. I was older than him, but just kind of coming in around the same time and guarding each other and being on the Olympic team together, to be around him and to see how hard he works. It's like there are certain people that work that hard and are that talented and are that cool that you're just like, you've deserved all the success
Yeah,
that you've had.
exactly.
You've deserved all the MVPs, all the championships, all the accolades. You're going to go down in history as one of the great, and you deserve to. So, that's him. But other than that, he's a pretty terrible dancer.
Can I ask
Why
you a
is this
question?
guy trolling him on all of his
But
videos?
who
Who is this guy?
Who's trolling him?
I don't know.
Oh, the
This
guy
guy
that's
on
doing
this-
it? Yeah,
yeah.
no, that whole bald head. That whole bald.
Oh, that guy's
He should have
unbelievable.
gone bald a long time ago, and I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that now he's just embracing it. That people are just embracing it with him. What was your game like, Keenan? Tell me who were you, or who did you model your
I
game
was a
after?
shooter. Mellow. I
Mellow?
love Mellow. I just love scoring. Like I was.
Did you pass much?
No. No. And we played in the zone when I was in high school, and most of the time I was in college too. So I just got to just like read passing lanes, go dunk every once in a while.
You saw us dunk.
Yeah, you
Right?
done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Were you like a three? Were you like a wing? Were you a
yeah,
shooting guard?
yeah.
A wing. Yeah.
Yeah, but I had range though. I would just
had
I'd be-
range?
Yeah, exactly.
Tell
yeah.
him, man.
Hand down, man down.
Yeah.
Are you are you the
Mark
best hoops
Jackson.
player on the Angels?
Oh yes, yeah.
It's not even
I've
close.
already tried Trouty a bunch of times. He doesn't want this. Like,
Oh, Trout Duncan.
no.
Yeah, no, he won't because he won't want to lose. I played
No.
him in ping pong once,
Yeah.
and we were like tied at 21, and then he ended up coming through and like beating me.
Yeah.
Refused to play me again.
Yeah.
Really?
See,
That's
he,
good
heard,
knowledge.
He ended
heard-
up winning.
There's
but-
another kid, Joe Gatto. He's one of our prospects. He's one of my really good friends. We were in the minor leagues last spring training, not this one, the last one. He was like, "Let's go play. Like me and you, let's go." He
Yeah.
played in college too, and high school. And so we go to LA Fitness, and for whatever reason, I had a fast break, and he tried me, and I jumped, and I dunked on him. And so I put it on Twitter. Like we've been trolling him on Twitter every once in a while.
I think I might have saw your Twitter.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think I
And then
checked out your Twitter.
Trouty was like, "Me and him will take you on." I was like, "Bro, you don't want this." Like,
So,
you really don't.
so I'm so glad that we brought this up.
Yeah.
Steve Spiro and some other people inside of Steve Spiro's our head trainer, and we have a couple of people inside our training staff, and we have long conversations and arguments like the downtime that you guys have over who are the best athletes. Basketball
you're
players,
talking about
football
it, yeah.
players, baseball players, soccer
Not baseball players.
It's not baseball players.
It's not baseball
we have
players.
a baseball player,
It's
Steve
not
Spiro.
baseball players.
Yes, anyone that knows Steve, email him, text message him, do something, contact him, and let him know this. I'm talking about arguments, full-on arguments. They're talking about 100 miles an hour, and I do not disrespect baseball players. I do not disrespect any athlete. It is impressive to be at the top of your field. But best athletes?
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, maybe the
players.
hardest thing to
Not
do
even close.
is hit a baseball,
Yeah.
possibly 100 miles an hour.
That's hard. Yeah.
That could be one of the hardest things to do. That doesn't mean you're the most athletic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Best athletes on the planet. Who would you say?
Football players.
Football players?
Yeah.
That's fair. I'm not looking for basketball.
Yeah, I would say football
I don't know. I'm
players.
torn between basketball and football.
It's definitely not baseball players.
It's definitely not baseball
I'll be the
players.
first to tell you that right now.
So you're
It's
gonna
not
put baseball-
players.
Yeah.
Hockey's out.
Oh yeah.
Baseball's out.
Yeah.
I mean, hockey, like, they are
Soccer players.
fit. Soccer as well, but they're not as, like,
Yeah,
strong,
yeah.
I guess. I mean, they're, like, fit and
And
lean.
they think people flop in the NBA. They really be
They
flopping.
are-
Oh, yeah, they flop. I was a soccer player.
RJ has a new respect for volleyball over these last few years. He understands that volleyball players.
Yeah.
I'm not putting him in the same category as the NFL. or
No,
NBA.
no.
But athletically, there's
we
some
decided
good
that volleyball is the only sport in the middle of the summer, like sand volleyball, where you can actually cook yourself while you're playing. I'm talking about everyone was wearing socks. We had a big 6-man tournament this weekend. Team Soho had the best amateur performance in history.
Real quick, 6-man tournament is a dress-up volleyball tournament, 6-on-6 in Manhattan Beach. It's been a tradition for
50.
Oh yeah, about 50 years. You can YouTube it and see.
yeah.
what,
It's like a
like.
drinking party, like insane atmosphere, but it's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's
So
go on.
me, Luke Walton, we were a part of Team Fletch, and we
my team.
we broke away because they had taught us enough volleyball. They
broke away.
They had taught us enough volleyball that we figured on the biggest volleyball weekend in
runs
Manhattan Beach, that's not the AVP tour,
Cutting
we should be
hard.
able to play. And so, after teaching us,
Left
here
in
we
the
go.
11th hour.
yeah, after teaching us how to play.
yeah.
We meet them in the semifinals of the winners bracket, undefeated, both teams.
Oh, man.
Both teams.
Beautiful.
Oh, we have Reed Purdy.
If you don't think we won it,
Were you
Oh.
scared? Were you scared
They
scared
were a
when
little
you saw
bit.
them?
They were a little nervous because they
Well,
knew the bragging rights was
First of
gonna
all,
Oh, yeah.
I'm pulling for them, watching them from afar the day before, and we had talked a couple weeks leading up, like going over some things, and they picked up a couple really, really good guys. So when I watched them, I said, they're a problem. Like I went to my guys, I was like, we're going to play them at some point. So going into that match, and he and I talked about this on the way out here.
So date with destiny.
I did say that. It was a date with destiny for sure, but they are in a no-lose situation. They are the guys that they broke away. They're like, oh, we're the JV team, even though they know they're not a JV team.
No.
I'm a
We're just
basketball
happy
player.
to-
I'm a basketball
When-
player.
when
That's it.
Luke
You're an
called me.
athlete.
I started playing volleyball 3 summers ago.
Okay.
3 summers ago.
Seriously, yeah, a little more than that. But yeah,
No.
seriously, 3 summers ago.
3 summers ago. That's all that matters.
When Luke called me from somebody, yo, Geet, I got good news and bad news. And I was
No.
like, well, bad news first. Oh yeah, man, we're leaving Fletch. We just want to play all the way around. Want to start our own little team. I'm like, well, what's the fucking good news? And he's like, oh, we'll be back for volleyball tomorrow night. That's great. But I said to myself, they're not putting together just a little old team.
No.
Like I know how competitive they are, so I respect that.
Yeah.
So when we played them, I'm like, we have to win this game.
Yeah.
Like the whole beach, our whole town, our whole community.
Everyone,
will
everyone,
know.
everyone knows.
It
We
stopped.
were normally on their sideline,
Yeah.
Fletch. We'd won it with them 2
Brothers.
years
Yeah,
prior.
we've won it
Brothers. They
together.
know that this is our team.
Okay.
Luke is the head coach of the Lakers. Fletch is all in Laker gear, right? So they know, they associate both with it. So even in the article today, they talked about how the teams broke up. So we get there, but mind you,
news.
I'm a basketball player. Luke's a basketball player. We took a couple of guys that were just bench players.
And then a couple gold medals from
And
the
we,
United States of
we
America.
added a gold medalist, Reed Purdy. He was
2 of them.
our best player. Yeah, we added. But mind you, but mind you, we still. One of the things that we stayed true to is that we wanted to play, and the guys that said they wanted to play were playing the entire time. And
was
then we
awesome.
added players around us so that we knew what we were doing.
you built
They
a
played
dynasty.
so well, and
Yeah.
our match was very high. It was
Up
a lot of
12-10,
intensity.
up 12-10 going to 15.
Yeah, so we went up 10-8.
Oh my gosh.
They go up 12-10. It's a game to
Whoa.
15. We end up winning 15-13.
Oh my gosh.
But it was
I got chills.
Yeah,
That is
it was a
amazing.
battle. And literally, so Reed had to leave.
Which
and
is their best player.
So if you guys want to see, no BS, me and Luke playing volleyball and actually Geeter's team versus our team, Reed Priddy, ReidPriddy, is amazing high-level volleyball guy.
4 Olympics.
Four
Indoor,
Olympics,
which-
indoor. But he
Unheard of.
live streamed it
my
all on his
gosh.
Facebook.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so he live streamed it on his Facebook. It's a little shaky, but you can see now. Geet's team is the one in all Laker gear. We're the team at the Red Hat Soho Yoga. It's my yoga studio. Yes, I do yoga. No one cares.
Although we kind of called you Soho Fletch because it was like it's kind of a
Soho
break off from Fletch.
Yeah.
But you can see it, and so you can see literally guys standing on towels, guys under umbrellas, guys just dripping because it's that hot. The sand is. People have blisters. People are trying to play in sand socks. Guys are going up the street in Manhattan Beach just buying socks just to put on because the sand was that on fire. And it was awesome. The whole beach shut down. It was a good time. So, now that you're out here in California, man, maybe don't.
We're inviting you.
We're inviting
Okay.
you
I'm
to
going to show
come
him a
down.
photo because, I wasn't able to go because we had a game. But
And by the way, Fletch ended up winning that 5th championship.
Yeah, they
this year.
won.
Right.
Fletch won.
Right.
But RJ played a part in it.
I did. I came down with my wig and in my glasses.
so that's
yeah,
the pier.
you posted
I
that the other
posted
day,
this.
Can you show him a
and
picture
that's
of
the
you?
whole.
Right,
That's the setup. So that's before it got crazy. But I grew up in Manhattan.
I have
and
another.
it's the happiest.
I have
weekend
another
of
picture
the year.
of Alex that we have from last
Oh,
year.
from last year's
You
6-man.
don't need to show.
You were just
that
taking a little
one.
nap.
I was
Alex
taking a nap.
might,
Just a little dirt nap.
Alex
Yeah, nap.
might not have because now the 6-man again is the biggest event in the South Bay,
Yeah.
and so people fly in for it. People
yeah.
get hotels. People have been going to it since they were like little kids, and
Yeah.
now they're like raging in it. Alex might have had too much fun. So midday
okay, no.
was it day 2?
It was day 2, but someone gave me the
Turn
back
up.
massager thing. Someone did like the do-do-do-do-do-do,
Okay.
and it put me right to sleep.
So by the way, real quick,
Immediately
we were
just-
down 6-0 in the finals.
Okay,
At 6-3, we're coming back a
Yeah.
little bit. The other team calls a timeout.
is this from
This is
weekend?
in the finals this weekend.
Okay.
RJ comes flying down, and when he used to play for Fletch, remember Fletch is from the movie, Chevy Chase's movie Fletch, where he had
Yeah.
a dream scene where he has a huge afro and he's number 99. He's wearing a Fletch jersey. Well, RJ for the last 8 years on Fletch has been wearing this Rick James fro. He came down in it, broke into our huddle, and I can't really even say what he said without it getting bleeped out all over the place. Oh, but we stormed back.
He came into your huddle.
Oh, yeah, he's with us the whole time, but we hadn't seen him yet. He came flying down from Shellbacks, which is our local watering hole, and flew right into our huddle and
love
said,
that.
we're doing this.
Well,
and we
yeah,
went
so-
nuts,
so-
and we turned around and won the game.
After you lose,
We won 16-14 in the finals.
So the 6-man party, is really, really big because you can lose the tournament but still win the party.
Okay.
Right? So the
Yeah.
key is like, even though we won, we
Yeah.
still won the party. Like we went
yeah.
the hardest, we lasted the longest, we drank the most, we
perfect.
partied the
just
best.
about
You don't go to
volleyball.
It's not
sleep.
just about
Like,
volleyball.
You stay up for like 2 days.
Yeah,
You
2
went
days.
to
It's,
sleep,
yeah.
bro.
You,
On day 2.
yeah, she
day.
went to sleep on day 2. On the beach at like 2
Yeah.
o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
She was just like there, knocked out, straight down.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, biggest party on the beach. It's awesome. But like I said, you can still win the party, right?
Yeah.
That's
That's
really,
half of it.
That's half of it.
Yeah.
So what happened was we lost. We were devastated. We lost, and so I went to go win the party. Right? Went up to Shellback,
went to go win
up
the
there,
party.
couple of pitchers deep, winning the party,
Yeah.
dancing, singing. I don't know, Sweet Caroline. We're just up crushing it.
Yeah.
So on my way down, I'm like, yo, who's in the finals? Because I was on my way home. Like, who's in the finals? Like Fletch versus some clowns named Spider. Right? So I was like, oh, okay. So I had all of my stuff in my backpack. Because if we would have had game point, I was going to put on my Fletch gear and then beat them for game point.
You
Right?
did
I was
have
ready.
that plan.
I was ready.
I was ready.
I was ready.
Yeah.
So on my way
Bitch,
down,
you.
right? I was on my way down. I throw on my wig. I throw on my glasses. I throw on my shirt, and I start running down. Now, because there's
Full speed.
there's no drinking allowed on the beach.
Okay.
I have my backpack, so they all want to check backpacks. So I just run by the guys. And they're like, sir. But because I saw them in a timeout, and
Yeah.
I knew this would have been a perfect time. So I get down there. The security's like, screw it. I get down there, and I just rush them in the middle of their timeout. Just like, let's go. We can't lose to some guys that are wearing tights and sand socks that we're just
From Utah.
From Utah.
Sorry
We
to
can't-
folks of Utah,
Yeah,
but
no,
this
it doesn't matter. Don't come down and not drink at a drinking party. Like, don't come do that.
Oh,
That's not what
remember
this-
these guys?
Yes, they're the Utah
Yeah.
guys. But they're
Okay.
really, really good.
They don't care about the party.
They don't care about the party.
They're there
kids on that
just
team.
They are
Yeah.
no disrespect. They are really, really good. We beat them in the first round. We beat them
They
in the
won
first
it last
round.
year.
Yeah, they won it. We beat them in the first round this year. We lost our best player. They beat us in the second round. Not making excuses, just the truth. So when we couldn't let them win.
Yeah.
So I had to jump on board of Fletch, give him a little bit of love, a little bit of aura. Those boys came through big time.
It was weird how the heckling was a little subdued when we played each other. I think everyone wanted to win really badly, and it was a really intense match, so there wasn't that much
It was real quiet.
It was serious.
going on. Yeah, because usually it's just you're just abusing the other team.
Oh, yeah. One of our timeouts, one of our guys, Donald Sujo, stud, awesome guy, setter.
He played in the Olympics.
Played in the Olympics. Yeah, I have a picture with him, me and him in the Olympics. He goes, guys, I feel like we're trying to, instead of just trying to win the game, we're trying to beat Fletch. And I looked at him, I was like, damn right. That's what we're trying to do. I don't care about winning this game. I want to beat Fletch. That is it. There's no. I don't want to win the game. I want to beat them. Look,
I'm freaking out thinking about
he's freaking out. No, we were in a win-win, and he was so stressed because he knew we would have been unlivable.
Oh yeah.
And we were very close.
I told them 2 weeks prior, said we're going to play each other.
Yeah.
They're like,
no,
we're a little old team. I knew it. I knew it was going to be a big game.
Oh yeah, but that's the thing. We got to get you down there next year, man, just to
down.
see it because
Oh, yeah.
it is a party like no other. You start at 9 a.m. You start having cocktails at 9 a.m. The bar. I will tell people this, and for the last 3 years, and this is how I'll tell you what happens at Six Man. I go to Shellbacks on Thursday night, the night before it starts. I rage, have a good time because I sponsor my team and we sponsor a women's team that is awesome. They won it a couple years ago, the Soho Sixers.
You then forget your credit card.
No. I leave my credit card there
for the weekend.
I leave my credit card there. I show back up the next morning at 9 a.m.
Keep the
getting
tab
ready to start.
running.
Say, hey guys, run it back, Richard. They're like, hey, you want? Like, no, leave it. Goes all day because you go back up there in the middle of the day.
Exactly.
You go back up there, whatever. Leave it there the second night. I kid you not, my credit card is still at Shellbacks right now. I haven't had a chance to go pick it up. Yeah, no, it's awesome. So, no, that's how the party goes. It goes for 3 or 4 days, and you just can't beat it. Yeah. But we'll get you down there.
Like fun.
It is a good time. And I'll let you know, as a
basketball.
basketball players and volleyball goes really well.
Okay.
Won't take you long. Geeter's a great coach. Take you a couple of days.
For sure.
We'll get you out there on the sand.
yeah.
You'll
I'm
have some
down.
fun.
I
down.
know we can coach him up.
Oh, yeah.
I can already tell.
Yeah, and volleyball players, man, they're a little soft.
I got one guy to ask you about though.
Please,
Yeah.
have at it.
Kevin Love. He grew up in Lake Oswego.
Okay.
I grew up watching him.
Okay.
Because they my high school that I went to, Milwaukee, we're in the same conference.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the Three Rivers League. So I remember one game that I went to. I was like, everybody's going crazy because Kevin Love's going to come in town, and Kyle Singler was in Medford at the time.
Okay,
I remember the whole student section pulled out these newspapers and started chanting, "Singler's better." Like,
Singler's better.
Yeah, exactly.
Singler
yeah.
went to Duke, right?
Yeah. And they ended up smacking our team, of course. Like, Kevin Love's a beast. But what happened to this man? Like, he used to be this giant ogre. Now he's just like this. He looks like he could be a damn model. Like, he's
Well, I will say this about Kevin, and just like anybody in anything in this league, like you have to evolve.
Yeah.
And Kevin was in Minnesota. He was a big guy,
Yeah.
but he felt like he was not maximizing his potential being so big and so heavy. And it's true.
Yeah.
Like you should, like, people gain weight as they get older. It's not a good thing. And Kevin, if LeBron is our hardest worker, Kevin's our second hardest.
Okay.
Like, as far as taking care of his body, as far as lifting every single day, doing the stuff. Because we've seen what Kevin Love's body can look like when he was 19 years old.
When he pulled the rim off.
Pulled the rim.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he was a big, heavy set guy, just overweight, even for him. So we see what Kevin Love can look like and still be a stud.
Yeah.
But Kevin works his tails off. He eats right. He does all of this stuff, works with his trainer, lifting every day, doing all this stuff. So it's just, his game has changed. And I think if you would have asked Kevin, like, Kevin, you can keep averaging 24 and 15 for a team that's not going to either make it to the playoffs or struggle to get there, or you can come average 19 and 9 like he did, or 20 and 9 like he did for us, 20 and 10. And go to the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
And it's tougher because you're going to have games where you're playing with Kyrie and he's scoring all the points, or Bron is the one, because he's not the focal point of our offense. So that makes it a little bit tougher. But is he still a bad man?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's a bad man.
Okay,
Make
cool.
make no mistake.
good to know.
Golden State has always been a tough matchup problem for a lot of guys. So people try and look at it from a standpoint of, this in the finals or this, he's got to put. It's like, dude, they're a tough matchup. That's why they are who they are. Exactly. There's lots of teams that struggle against him. And Bron and Kyrie have the ball in their hands, so it's easier for them to do it. But I just let you know, he is a bad man, and make no mistake about that still.
Yeah, I think you bring up a great point just about when you have two ball-dominant guys and you're that third guy, the opportunities just aren't there like they were when you're in Minnesota.
Oh, remember with Chris Bosh? Once LeBron left and Chris had to be the man, Chris was the best player. It wasn't D-Wade. Yeah. Chris was the best player on Miami the last 2 years, before, obviously he had his incident. But, he was the stud. He was that guy.
Even what were you averaging before you went to San Antonio? 20 games?
Yeah, 20.
I remember when Bron was with the Heat, I went to watch the game, and Bron sat out. And Chris Bosh killed that whole game.
Killed that whole game.
Yeah, he killed the whole game. And it was like,
had
where's Dwayne Wade? Yeah, where's Dwayne Wade at right now? He hit the game winner, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. And so, people always want to find reasons to criticize guys or individuals. But really and truly, it's so situational. Every situation can like I always say this: if we would have played Oklahoma City 2 years prior instead of Golden State, Kevin would have had a much better finals because he was been going against Serge Ibaka, Adams. He would have been going against all of their bigs. But then you go all of a sudden Draymond, who's a 6'6" big that's all over the place and doing. That's a tough matchup for anybody. But I don't think Adams would have been a tough matchup or Ibaka would have been a tough matchup. So again, if you played them in the finals, all of a sudden Kevin Love could have been the Finals MVP. You don't know. Yeah. So yeah, man, people don't fully understand that. And I think you brought up that was a really, really good question.
So before we let Keynan go, he's got to actually go get ready for the game
go
right
get ready
now.
For the game, man.
Rich is throwing out the first pitch today.
Oh,
I need
I'm
a
there.
tip.
I'm there.
Are you gonna be? Are you gonna be his catcher?
Yeah, I got you.
Can you catch him?
Yeah,
we want you to
catch
catch
it. Yeah.
Okay, thank God. I just want to let you know, I will err on the side of high than low. So don't get into the full squat and sit.
He wants to go off the mound though instead of in front of it.
No, that's perfect.
Yes, you got to go off the mound.
Any tips for him?
Just throw it.
Just throw it.
That's all I do. I just grip it and rip it. Sorry.
Who
cares
If you don't like it, get out the way. If you don't
Yeah.
like it, get out the way. Just grip it and rip it.
That's the right mentality.
His son's going to be here, Little Rich, too.
Little
Okay.
Rich.
Yeah, Little Rich
So
will be out
cute.
here. I might have to have you catch one too. For
Okay,
him,
yeah,
so.
for sure.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's
you
awesome,
need,
man. So, well, man, thank you for joining us, man. This was
thank
awesome,
you
man.
for
Yeah, you got huge
Road
fans
tripping.
in us,
Thank
I'll tell
you.
you that, man.
Yeah, so, man, we're a fan of you. Glad you're a fan of us. I got you a shirt. Our little road tripping shirt.
Heck yeah.
So I got the NBA Jam one
That's my
for
new
you.
Is that the one with
Sure.
you and Channing?
Yeah, it's one with me and Shannon.
Allie just bought that.
Yes,
Allie
bought
has a
that.
great shot of
Heck
that.
yeah.
Yeah, speaking of that, man, it was really awesome. I'm glad I brought that shirt because Homage, they've done a great thing with us. We're going to start working with them. They got multiple stores all over the place, one in Columbus, one in Crocker Park. So I want to make sure that you guys go check them out. Check out the online store. They have a bunch of NBA Jam stuff that we did. Again, for us, we're going to do more stuff with them. We're trying to figure out what shirt that we should do second. We're trying to figure out if it should be a Mac truck or a Get That Baby Out the Street shirt. The Mac truck shirt would be dope for Allie. Or even I'm just here for the free stuff. That's one of Channing's favorite sayings. So we'll figure it out, but send us a message on Twitter. Let us know.
Give Keynan a follow.
Give Keynan a follow. Go check him out. What's your Twitter?
Since 93 Key.
Since 93 Key.
Yeah.
Okay. Instagram?
Yeah, just Keynan Middleton.
Keynan Middleton.
I just made it.
Go follow our guy. He's one of the road tripping people. So, love you guys, and I will talk to you later.
Keenan, just hit follow back, man.
Call me
back, please.
For sure, man.
Awesome.
Hey, that was awesome.
Dude, that was great.
Hey guys, Rafael Alcalde with you guys. Before we continue with this awesome episode with the Angels of Anaheim, I want to remind you about the great offer that our friends at Casper Mattress have for all our listeners. If you visit casper.com/road, you get $50 off the purchase of any mattress. Remember, use the promo code ROAD, ROAD, at checkout. Don't take my word for it. Channing and RJ are already sleeping soundly in their own Casper mattress. And for me, in all of my 20 years in broadcasting and road tripping experience with the NFL, Major League Baseball, boxing, UFC, and now the NBA, I have always struggled with the quality of mattresses the hotels provide, not to mention that I have never found one for my home that completely satisfies my needs. You see, all my life I have suffered from back problems because of the horrible mattresses out there, but a friend of mine suggested I give Casper mattress a try, and I will forever be indebted to her. Casper Mattress is an obsessively engineered mattress at a shockingly fair price. And when I found out that with Casper, you not only get free shipping and returns to the US and Canada, and that you can actually try it for 100 nights risk-free in your own home, and if you don't love it, they will pick it up and refund everything, I jumped on the offer. Don't take my word for it. Give it a try yourself and see if an awesome, fair price mattress with supportive memory foams that create an award-winning sleep surface with just the right sink and bounce is right for you. Visit Casper.com/ROAD and get $50 off the purchase of your mattress. And if that is not enough, Casper is not only designed, developed, and assembled in the United States of America, just like Trippin, it is also quickly becoming the internet's favorite mattress with over 20,000 reviews and an average of 4.8 stars. Make sure you use the promo code ROAD, R-O-A-D, at checkout to get $50 off the purchase of any mattress. Get your Casper mattress today, and you'll thank me later. Now, let's get back to road tripping and some baseball.
Oh, yes. Happy birthday. We got the birthday guy. No, you're fine. You're fine. It's a ring.
Right? Look how big that thing is.
You're sitting there. You're sitting there.
over there.
Yeah.
We've been looking for a reason to break the ring out.
And
We
knew you'd appreciate it. We knew you'd appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I just got drenched in there.
What is that? No. Explain
heard
to
it was a
everybody
name.
like
So,
what happens.
when I first got here, it was, it's just a little angel tradition.
Yeah.
Albert brought us to it. It was just, eggs and baby powder on the head.
Yeah.
Now it's,
Just eggs and baby powder on the head, by the way.
now it's evolved into anything you can grab.
No.
So I had icy, mustard, ranch.
No.
Yeah. It was, it's your birthday, so I guess you deserve it. So
Yeah.
it's-
You usually get bombs on your birthday, don't you?
I don't want to jinx it.
When you're like, there's no jinxes with Mike Trout.
Oh wait, but Keith,
There's no jinxes.
baseball. Okay, first of all, let's just do the proper introduction,
Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, Mike Trout, reigning MVP, stud, star. We don't need to go into all the accolades. Tell us about your birthday. Tell us what's going on in there. It was nuts. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, it's
Okay.
good for the team to come together. We, whoever's birthday it is, it was just, happened to be mine today.
Yeah.
We look forward to it. We're always looking on the roster and find out when the birthdays are. Because, you have them guys that, come in, sneak in, and don't tell anybody it's your birthday. And then, once we find out, it's pretty
Double
fun.
win.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. We have a good time. The whole team's in there. We're chanting, singing happy birthday. And, it's just, 30 seconds to just torture.
So wait, now
Stop barking.
Keynan was in here and we were talking about kind of like tradition. So in basketball, one of the traditions is rookies have to sing happy birthday. So if it's someone's birthday, it doesn't matter who it is. Like we just build a circle. It could be a rookie coach. It could be a rookie video guy, first year player. And you have to be 82 games deep. So if like you were like a call up in the middle of one year and it's the beginning of the second year, you're still a rookie, right? You got to play 82. So we bring everybody up and they just make them sing happy birthday. And it's normally a pretty shitty rendition. It's normally really shitty. What other traditions do you guys have on your birthday?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one.
Okay.
I could barely sleep last night because I knew it was coming.
No.
Because I know how,
Dude, that's how you were in the post-game interviews.
Yeah, I
you
know
give
how,
me 2-word responses.
I know how, when somebody else's birthday and I see their reaction. It used to be no cover in the face.
Oh,
so
yes.
it's just, but now we can put a, rag in front of our face so we can actually breathe. So it was, I think the toughest part was the ice bucket on my head today. It was just a combination of a lot of stuff. But, we have fun doing it. Whatever you can grab, that's what you can grab. But, each time, the birthday goes, it's more and more stuff.
Yeah.
What we can find.
I love that you lose sleep over it. You
I know.
literally did not sleep last night thinking about that moment.
Because when the eggs, the eggs don't feel good.
No, they
especially if you're a little far away and you throw it. So
No.
it's, obviously we're not trying to hurt anybody, but it's a good birthday thing. I like it.
That's
Having a good
something
time.
that helps breaks up the monotony. Of
Yeah,
the
bring the team together. It's a fun thing.
When they say dog days of summer
Yeah.
for baseball, is that what we're in right now? Is it like August, beginning of September?
Yeah, August and obviously September. When September comes, there's light at the tunnel.
Yeah.
But once you get from from now to beginning of September, it's a grind. It's we got I think like 45, 50 games left.
Yeah.
So that's crazy that those are the dog days. Like we normally say game 40 through 60. Games 40 through 60 are the hard ones for us just because we're just like the fun is over. You're in the dead of winter now. You're in like December, January. Everywhere you go is pretty crappy except for LA or Miami, Atlanta. And then after that, the last 20 you're kind of seeding. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But he's like, yeah, we got like 40 games left. Like that's tough.
Yeah, no, it's it's tough because you play every day. Obviously I was out 40 games, but last year I played every game, so it's a grind coming to the ballpark. Sometimes you got to take BP off, relax your legs, and I don't think I've last couple of days I haven't hit BP just to keep my legs fresh, and you just feel so more fresh for the games, and Soch is real good about that stuff, is staying off your feet, and helps you out a lot.
How hard was that for you?
Wait.
He's out 40 games.
I know he's out 40
him.
games, but Keith, we got this guy here. We don't talk about baseball.
Then stop talking.
We don't talk about baseball.
That's true. That's a good point.
I want to say this. Part of the reason why we started this podcast is because we always have random conversations about random things. And Bron has talked about multiple times how you are the LeBron James of basketball because you have finished second in MVP voting so many times. Yeah. And Bron is like, man, they're doing my guy Mike Trout wrong again, man. They're doing my guy Mike Brown. I just think just from athlete to athlete, just for watching him kind of look at you and just give some admiration and some love and just the amount of respect that he has for your game, I think says a lot about you. But yeah, the fact that he calls himself the Mike Trout of baseball and you the LeBron James, yeah,
that's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, he's unbelievable. So it's an honor for say that. So
yeah, well, it's the seconds. It's the seconds. You guys got that in common, man.
Yeah.
Second in the MVP, man. It sucks. Look,
Yeah.
I finished second a lot of times in my life.
And the number one, I can't stop staring at it when you're talking.
Yeah, I didn't
literally
miss that.
taking
I didn't
away.
miss that.
Yeah, well, that was the only thing. Alex told me to bring it, and it was just like
I thought it'd be a little bigger.
I know.
What?
We wanted. It's only the
Than
biggest
that?
one that they've ever made. But
Bigger than that? It's
Yeah.
huge.
But you know what they say? Guys like Mike Trout and LeBron could win it every year.
Yes.
So it's harder
Yeah.
for them to win it.
That's crazy.
Mikey, where'd you grow up? What did you?
I was a Sixers fan.
Sixers.
I was going to say you're
AI.
AI. Yeah.
AI was your guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Now,
Eagles too, right?
Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah, huge Eagle.
Yeah.
You see him on the sideline. He's on the sideline during the
Yeah.
offseason.
This
Quite
is
a bit.
crazy.
My parents are both born in Philly, so they were big. Randall Cunningham, Keith Byers, like Reggie White, like all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's who I grew up on, watching those guys from
Love
the
those
Eagles.
teams.
Oh, they were
That's
amazing.
Are you trusting the process?
Oh, 100%.
Oh my God! Yes. Please tell me you got onto that.
Yes. And, I obviously, there's guys that like Simmons hasn't played a game yet.
Yeah,
and,
he's going to be good. I've
he's
played
gonna be
against
good.
him. Yeah.
Fultz, college was great. I just want to see them come together. I think it's pretty cool. We got a couple number one picks. I don't think it's ever been done before.
No.
2 number one picks playing together.
And by the way, Embiid would have been a number one pick, but remember he got hurt, and
Embiid's
that's why they got him at 3.
Yeah, it's got to stay. I think the biggest thing is staying healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, with injuries, they were doing okay last. I mean, they weren't that good last year, but
But it wasn't the 9-win seasons that
Yeah,
they
I
were
mean,
doing before.
they showed some success and
Yeah.
some positivity, and I think the fans saw that.
Yeah, no, that team is going to be. They're going to be loaded.
just
for
fine.
They're going to be just.
And hopefully, maybe LeBron goes there.
Why are you doing that? Well, you know what? Everyone.
Someone else said that.
Why?
Why?
I think he's boys with Simmons, so I mean,
Is that
he can bring a championship to Philly.
And here's the thing: if he does leave, why would he leave the East? Right?
Are we really
He's
talking
not coming
about?
why would he go to the
Wait,
West?
say, I just want to let you guys know the bulk of my listeners are Ohio people here. I am going to get unsubscribed and up now. It'll probably go up in Philadelphia, but I'm just saying I'm going to get a lot. You guys can't do that. Look, Bron. One of the good things one of the good things I'll say about this: no one knew he was going to Miami. No one knew he was going back to Cleveland, and he just re-signed with Cleveland after he won. So right now he's a Cleveland Cavalier. He is focused on that. You know what I'm saying? That is the most important thing to him. And again, I'm not speaking for him, but I didn't know he was going to Miami. I didn't know he was coming back to Cleveland. So, I can see as a Philly
I think
fan.
the speculation was when he was posted a pic with Simmons on Instagram or whatever about playing with him, practicing. So
That's where you want him to go.
And then Simmons tweeted with the eyes.
Who won? Yeah, see?
Yeah.
See, the fans follow that stuff. They catch on to it. I think he's throwing little ideas out.
He's throwing ideas out there.
Next thing you know,
Keep it on
Trout is
your
texting
toes.
LeBron, Philly dog.
Philly.
Hey, man.
Are you guys friends? Have you met?
I've never met him. Oh, I met him one time at the ESPYs.
Okay.
Okay, but it wasn't like a
it was
meet.
at-
You didn't
no,
get to
no.
like spend time with him. And
No,
get
I
to know
love him
him.
though. He's an awesome.
He was a fan, and he actually liked your shoes. I will say I was the first one. I had the cross trainers. They're really comfortable. The scales, I didn't really get the design, and then I was like, oh, they're scales like a trout.
Yeah.
Nike's always coming up with some crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nike. I think that was part of the respect factor. Nike guy, just kind of doing it young phenom. I think he can relate, and he really hates seeing that second and MVP thing. I think that thing really sticks.
It's not
with
a
him.
good feeling, I tell you
No.
that.
So what game were you playing in there?
Oh yeah, we heard.
I heard you were playing a video game.
games. Keenan said you were
Come
playing
on.
video
Oh, yeah.
games. Told him to come in.
Battlegrounds on a PC.
Okay.
It's a new game. I just got brought into it,
Okay.
but now everybody's playing it. It's like you get dropped off in a plane and you're completely, you just got jeans and a t-shirt and you got to go to each house and find like guns and stuff. And there's 100 people on a map and you got to be the last one standing.
How's that go?
So like,
Are you addicted?
yeah, I am.
Just
You
be
used
honest.
to
Yeah, I already
travel
play
with
it.
your consoles, right?
What's that?
You used to travel with your consoles
we
on
used
the
to,
road.
so it was
You guys are
like
big
we used to
video
be like
game people.
PlayStation, Xbox, but now it's you got so much downtime, so
Yeah.
it's
I-
PC now. So
Okay.
We all have our addictions.
Well, oh yeah, no, I travel with my Xbox, so
Yeah,
I travel.
I
I
love-
play
Yeah.
Halo Wars. Me and Channing will be in his room on the internet.
God.
I'll be in my internet, just playing people, acting like we're randomly.
Yeah, I
playing
know.
against each other. No, it's like you can't beat that. There's nothing.
Channing's dialogue playing video games must be unbelievable.
Oh, it's so annoying. Because he doesn't fully commit. I had to go get him his own mic. I was like, here, Channing, I can't. He was like, dude, we could just talk on speakerphone. And it's just like, just Channing. So who's the best player?
best player, probably it's got to be CJ Crone or Cam Bedrosian.
Is that hard for you to admit? Because like you're
I've
so
just started playing the
competitive.
game and I'm right up there with him.
Uh-huh,
so
there we go.
And Key's a better basketball player than you, he told us.
I mean, he says that, but
Oh, okay, yeah. So
I got his jumper being soggy.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's just all talk.
It's all talk?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, my God. I would love to see that. I would
We
love
have to
see
make it happen.
We should definitely make
It
that
has to
happen.
happen.
We went to the Warrior. He wasn't up that
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
He
yeah.
wasn't
We're going
up
to
there
talk
yet.
to that. Keep going. Keep going.
The pig or
Yeah.
horse. We played
Yeah, yeah.
horse with beat Draymond. I lost.
That's not hard. Beating Draymond in a skills competition is not hard.
I
Don't
beat,
tell many NBA people that.
I did not beat Steph Curry. He was
Pretty good.
Obviously,
It's Steph Curry.
He don't miss, but
Yeah.
Joe Smith did.
Yeah,
But the thing
he
is, I give Joe a lot of credit for beating him. Obviously I lost, but when we were playing horse, Steph was calling swoosh everything. He was making every shot, but he wanted to swoosh. So
Yeah.
he was hitting rims sometimes, and Joe made a crazy behind the back lefty shot. And
Yeah.
Curry
How
missed.
fun was that?
Oh, it was great. I had a good time. It was fun to see practice and now with him having Kevin.
Yeah.
Did you dunk in jeans too?
I did.
Yeah. So, okay. Steve Spiro, our trainer, I know we talked about that with Keenan, but he came, he was showing this video of you dunking in jeans. And he was like, yeah, look at Mike Trout, blah, blah. Because we argue in our training room all day about who are the best athletes, right? Is it baseball, football, basketball? Obviously, we're biased,
Yeah.
right? But he is 100% baseball players are the best athletes, and he used you as an example. And I was like, well, that's not fair because you also have Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah,
you also
yeah.
have him out there. Just like the dude's literally rolling himself out.
not
to the
300
fucking-
Mike Trouts playing baseball.
There's only one Mike Trout, right? So and I understand there's only one LeBron, but there's a couple other good athletes out there. So in your opinion, I need to hear this because we just got it from Keenan. Who are the best athletes? Give me top three. Give me 1, 2, 3. You can be biased too. I don't mind.
Like as in individual?
sport.
Just athletes,
Sports?
like best
Sport?
athletes, like where it's just.
I think football's got to be up there.
He said football. Yeah.
Football's got to be up there because they're risking their
Risking
life.
their lives.
Yeah, no,
that's,
yeah,
I think
it's
that's got to be
life on the
number
line.
one. I mean,
Yeah.
they go
Yeah.
out there, and their contracts aren't guaranteed, so it's it's that's crushing. So it's let's see,
You could put us 10th. I don't.
no, I
give a
think
shit.
baseball's got to be second because we play a long season. 162 games.
The
It's
longevity
crazy.
of it.
Um, Basketball's got to be on there.
Yeah. Thank you. Come on, you keep going. Keep going.
I think it might go soccer, basketball.
Oh, this is good.
No.
Okay,
That
no,
burn?
so-
I'm bringing it back. Basketball, then soccer. Because soccer, you just got to be in shape. I don't
Yeah.
know if you got to be an athlete or.
what they do is impressive. The one thing I was talking about, footwork. Like one.
Oh,
of
yeah.
our-
See, that's the thing.
Their
Football.
footwork. But I don't know. I'm not familiar with footwork in baseball. How important? Now, don't get me wrong.
Dude,
I'm
the
not,
hand-eye?
This is what I'm saying. That's not hand-eye. Yes, they win. Hands
Going
down.
away.
Hand-eye, right? I was talking about footwork, like pure footwork. Like soccer, to me, would be number one. In
What about
footwork.
hockey?
I said that too. They are in such good shape.
Hockey's good too.
Hockey's
Hockey,
nonstop.
they would be number two when it comes to footwork to me, right? Because they're on skates, they're having to maneuver back and
one's
forth.
got
Yeah.
soccer, two's got
Dude, and they're throwing blows on skates.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a part of that part. Yeah, that's good. That's
basketball's
good.
up there though. I mean, look at Russell Westbrook.
He's a monster.
I mean, you're not.
have you met Russ?
No, I have not met.
I'll tell you this. One of the things, again, like when you play against Russ, it looks like he's like 6'6". When you stand next to Russ randomly in a place, he's like 6'3".
Crazy.
That's crazy. Like because he's jumping like he's 6'7".
Yeah.
He's
Yeah, yeah,
finishing
for sure.
over top of people. He's driving in the paint like he's just fearless. But when you get next to him, he is
Who's the fastest guy you've ever seen with the basketball in
Jason
their hand?
Kidd.
Faster than D
Jason
Rose
Kidd.
in his when
Jason
he first
Kidd.
in
No one was
Russ?
faster than Jason Kidd. Really? Well, now Jason was doing it for a
Trout
different
may be
reason.
faster than Jason Kidd.
Who?
I think Russ. You
Trout.
don't think Russ was?
Well, this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying. Russ is a better athlete and all this stuff. Jason Kidd was doing it more to push the ball and pass it, where Russ is looking to go and score and finish. So it's a different type of speed. When you're putting so much pressure on the defense, but when we're guarding Russ, we all try and suck into the paint so he can't go and score. With Jake Kidd, it was problems because if you try to suck it into the paint, he was killing. So his speed was purely based off of I'm trying to get other people involved. So then you had me, Keynan, Vince sprinting as hard as we could to try and keep up with him because they knew it was going to open up. So it was a different speed.
In his sport, his rookie year, and I had never seen this, he would hit a routine single to left, and he would turn it into a double. And I had seen that when I was playing Little League, but I had never seen it at the Major League level. You used to do that all the time. I'd never seen a guy that fast on the bases.
Do you remember who interviewed you after your very first game?
Probably you.
Oh yes, he's hurt. He's devastated. He's devastated.
Yes.
Very first game.
My first
I was
interview.
going to ask,
game.
do I even look familiar to
2012.
you? Is what I was
You do
gonna
look
ask.
familiar.
Because your rookie year, I traveled with you guys. But then I went to the Laker Network.
Yeah.
Okay. So you traded.
He traded.
He got
yeah,
traded.
Yeah, you
got
I
traded.
got traded.
He got traded.
My first interview with you was after you hit for the cycle.
Okay.
That was the
Seattle.
first on-field interview that I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Not everybody's.
Yeah.
Not
You do
everybody.
look
love
familiar.
it.
My
I was
daughter's
like,
here.
I love
It would have been nice for him to know.
Okay, so I'm throwing out the first pitch, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Right. Thanks for that.
How do you feel about that?
I'll tell you right now. You better not bounce it.
Okay. I
And
said
you
I'm gonna,
see, and you better meet like who's been some bad ones.
Oh, 50 Cent.
50
we talked
Cent.
about.
50 Cent,
Cent's been
Swaggy P.
worse. Yes.
Swaggy P.
Yeah.
Have you
Mine
thrown a
wasn't
baseball?
great.
You've thrown a baseball.
I've thrown a baseball. Yeah. I look my.
Why don't you just shoot it?
My pitching coach. My
God.
My pitching coach.
Why don't you shoot it?
Okay. If you give me permission to shoot it, I will. But only if you, because then I'll have a reason to do it and it'll come
Dude,
back.
you
If
gotta step up and throw.
No. If you tell me, I'm like, yo, Mike Trout told me that I should just shoot it, so I'm gonna do what the big fella says.
No, I think you should go on the mound.
Okay.
Go through a windup and throw a strike.
And throw a strike. Okay.
Just do not bounce it.
no, I'm gonna go on the mound.
It doesn't matter if you air them, just don't bounce it.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. My pitching coach Nate Staggs, one of my good friends, he took me to the local high school, Maricosta, out there in Manhattan Beach, and so I threw a couple times. The mound, seeing it from the mound is a little different. Yeah, but everyone's like, no. Some people were like, oh, throw it from the grass. I was like, wait. You have to throw from the mound. Like that's
You're an athlete.
You're an athlete.
You got to throw
have
from the
to.
mound. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you can't go in front of the mound.
Do I have any tips? Any bullshit?
Just
that you
aim
wanna
at his
tell me?
face.
Aim at his face.
Because if you miss low, he's going to be at his knees and catch it.
and he'll catch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And find some cleats that fit the size.
Well, how about it? How
15?
about it? He's the one that gave me advice, and Keynan was just like, just grip it and rip it.
Yeah.
Catch it and throw it hard.
The
I was
rook.
like, I appreciate that, Rook.
It's true. You start thinking. That's when.
Okay. I know you don't have much time, man, but I just want I want to ask you this. So, I know I've heard Bron talk about you. I've heard different guys talk about different athletes. Like who are some of the guys like in other sports that you kind of admire, you look to, you're impressed with? Either you grew up watching, or you kind of look at now and just like are impressed with.
Yeah, LeBron's got to be up there, number one. I was a big Kobe fan too when he was playing. But LeBron, I think he can. Whenever he has the ball, it could be 105. He's going to score.
Yeah.
No one's going to stop him. I just like just a specimen. He's just unbelievable, huge human being. It's just it's pretty crazy watching him. I think Tom Brady has got to be up there. Him and Tom Brady are. I mean, obviously championships are huge, but that comeback in the Super Bowl last year was. I've never seen anything like it. And when they were down, everybody was saying if anybody can do it, Tom Brady can do it. And once he did it, it was just. I mean. Best. I think best performance I ever seen as a football game, like watching a football game. So, I give Garrett a lot of crap sometimes because he's an OKC fan, but I love the way Russell plays. Plays hard. Takes over a game. I like that. Guys like that.
Who were some guys that kind of impacted you kind of as you were coming up, like your first couple years that you kind of looked to just as a kind of like a mentorship role?
Torrey Hunter's got to be, my biggest, guy just coming up, as an outfielder, veteran guy, all these gold gloves. Howie Kendrick was my locker mate. He's with Nationals now. He kind of took me under my wing, and now we have Albert. So it's I still learn things from him now. Every day I come to the clubhouse. We're very fortunate to have him. What he brings. He's obviously a Hall of Fame, future Hall of Famer, but I think he's a better person. He'd call you anytime. You can call him any time of the day. He'll pick you up. Need anything, he'll take care of you. He's been always there for us. There for the whole team. No one's scared to go up there and ask him questions. He'll answer it, and you need a guy like that in the clubhouse.
All right, man. Well, hey, thank you, man, for joining us.
That's
I appreciate
fun.
you.
Parting gift.
Parting gift. So one of the things that we have, and I know, where's my backpack? Who's hiding my backpack?
It's over there.
You're hiding my.
Right here. So there's a shirt and.
No, the shirt's definitely not going to fit them. Keynan took the one.
Shirt right here.
Yeah. It's their podcast.
It's the old NBA Jam shirt.
That's not gonna fit.
So that's definitely not going to fit him. But Whispering Angel.
Hey, you see his guns?
Rocket. Okay. So Whispering Angel, it's your birthday, so we wanted to bring you some wine. That's what we drink. Our whole crew, our whole team, everybody drinks that. And you're the angel, so we just thought it was kind of fitting.
Yeah.
So,
Whispering Angel.
Yeah, Whispering Angel. So thank you for joining us, man. This is awesome.
Trouty
man.
the best. Let's get a photo with him real quick before he goes.
Trouty, your first interview was me.
Yeah.
We're going to have to find that.
Hey, Road Trippin fans, I'm working with a t-shirt company that you may have seen around, Homage. They're the ones that are responsible for LeBron's Ultimate Warrior shirt and many of the college designs you see on tees. As they pay homage to great moments in sports and inspiring stories, go check out their NBA Jam tees at homage.com. You're sure to be inspired and will get a kick out of their special design of Richard and Channing. Get them while they're still in stock at homage.com, and better yet, from now until the end of August, receive our exclusive Road Trippin' NBA Jam tee 25% off when using promo code Road Trippin'. That's 25% off when using code Road Trippin', not case sensitive, through the end of the month. Get them while they're hot at homage.com.